Well, looky what we have here, y'all. Looky what we have here. New poll just came out. Marianne Williamson making gains against Joe Biden, new poll suggests. So the poll is an Echelon Insights poll, which is actually ranked as one of the better polling outlets. And right now, she's at 10%. She's already cracked double digits. So the first poll had her at 4%, and that poll was, I want to say like right when she launched or maybe a week after that. So she was at 4%. Now she's more than doubled her numbers, and she's at 10% in this new Echelon poll. Now, look, I understand. I understand people who are skeptical sort of every step of the way. Because if you're a political junkie, you follow these things. Sometimes narratives feel set in stone. You know, the support for various candidates seems set in stone. Seems like insurmountable to make changes to that. But, you know, look, let me remind you, politics is phenomenally fluid. There was a time when Rudy Giuliani was leading by a mile and a half to be the Republican nominee in 2007, 2008. And then he just imploded, right? There was a time when Kamala Harris was top tier Kamala. There was a time when Elizabeth Warren was leading the polls in the Democratic primary. And then reality happens. People look at you, you know, and they get a gauge of who you are and what you stand for. And then the numbers go up or they go down, or, you know, you slowly climb or you slowly decline, or you climb really fast, you collapse really fast. Things happen. Things happen, right? So I understand if you look at this and go, really, 10%, that's it, still 10%. But understand something, guys. This is not insignificant. This is a great tweet from the Burn Identity. For those assuming that Marianne Williamson has no chance of polling higher, back in 2015, 1 month after Bernie Sanders announced he was running for POTUS, in a CNN poll, Clinton was at 60% and Bernie was at 10%. Marianne at 10% this early is significant. And then here you can see June 2nd, 2015, Clinton 60, Biden 14, Sanders 10, Webb 2, O'Malley 1, Chafee less than 1. And here's the Marianne poll right here, Biden 73, Williamson 10. So, by the way, this actually goes one layer deeper, which is apparently Bernie's first poll ever, I heard David Dole cite this fact, was 4%. So Bernie went from 4% to 10%. Marianne went from 4% to 10%. But look, we can't be comfortable here, because the fact of the matter is, in order to win, you have to surpass Bernie Sanders. This isn't just about like repeating what Bernie got. You have to get past that. But the reason why this gives me hope is that this is with like zero media help. Zero media help. You know, you take an establishment Democrat and the media, I mean, they're their biggest cheerleaders, right? Like, these are the candidates they want. They barely hide it. They barely hide it. Somebody like Marianne is mocked. She's looked down on. She's an outsider. But in every poll I've seen, it's like way less than a majority of Americans want Biden to run again. And so some of this support is people looking at Marianne and going, yeah, I like her. I like what she has to say. I agree with that stuff. Some of it's just people who are like, hey, Biden's running. He's too old. I don't like him. I don't think he can do it again. Here's another candidate. I'll support this candidate. Right? Just like almost a default, like, well, she definitely has it together a hell of a lot more than Joe Biden does. And that's fine. However people, you know, come to the side, that's fine. But this significant movement in this short of an amount of time with so little media help, I am impressed. I have to say, I am impressed. So for those of you who are not familiar enough with her at this point, and I know most of you are in my audience, but she's the only candidate in the race supporting Medicare for all, free college, eliminating all student loan debt, higher minimum wage, and actually going to fight for it, getting money out of politics, ending the wars, cutting the military budget, raising taxes on the rich, actually helping working people, pro-union. It's the only candidate that takes those basic lefty positions. Basic lefty positions. And not even, it's unfair to just call them lefty positions too, because again, polls show this is the majority of the American people. So in one sense, it's the centrist position. It's actually a very moderate campaign she's running. So it's good stuff, man. You love to see it. I hope that number keeps going up. And I hope the media gives her at least a fair hearing. I don't expect it, but I hope it's the case, because that would make our lives a lot easier. When you don't have to push up against an entire political machine in order to just get people to hear your name, it makes it a lot easier. So, good job so far. Let's keep the momentum going forward. All right, guys, that's the show. I love you all very much. Thank you, as always, for listening. Do me a favor, click the like button, click the subscribe button. We're over 1 million, but we're still not at 1,010,000 or 1,020,000 or 2 million. Can we get to that 2 million number? I guess we're going to have to find out eventually. We'll see. But anyway, click the subscribe button. Click that bell icon, too, so you get a notification every single time a video drops. You guys can always listen to the full shows on Spotify. We drop them every day that we do a full show over there if you want to listen to the full podcast audio version of the show. And again, much love to everybody who supports the show on Patreon. You guys make it work. Much love to everybody who supports Crystal, Kyle, and Friends on Substack. You guys make that work. Very proud of the fact we never talk to advertisers. And again, you guys make that possible through small dollar donations. So if you'd like to support the show, link in the video description box below. All right. I love y'all. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Much love. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal, Kyle, and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take 0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.